Hey, this is Matthew Morgan making another video. This one has to do with the church. And I'm going to say it the way I said it in church twice. One, if you do not have the ability or the power to send someone to hell, nor have you ever been in hell, stop telling people they're going to hell. I'll say it again. If you do not have the ability to open up a portal of hell and throw someone in there, or if you have never been to hell, stop telling people they're going there. Because hell is a place that you should not want anybody going to. Especially if you don't even understand their life and why they do. Especially if you don't understand their life or why they do what they do to maintain it. Second thing, to the church. Y'all say, and the Bible tells you the church is the salt and the light of the earth, right? Means you're supposed to put flavor in the earth, put a good taste in somebody's mouth, make somebody want to follow Jesus, right? You're supposed to lead people in the right direction. So this is the thing I said when I used to go to church and was in Sunday school. And the question was asked, why don't a lot of worldly people attend church? Some older church people said because, what was it? They don't love God, or they don't want to get up out of bed, and they're too lazy to get out of bed and come to church and worship God. I was like, yeah, that's not true. A lot of worldly people do love God, they just don't love the church that represents Him or the people that do. And I said plain and simple, why would a person who gets bullied by the world, why would a person that gets bullied by the world want to come into a church just to get bullied? Why would you leave the worldly bullying to deal with religious bullying? No one needs that. Like, you go in church expecting to be treated different and you're treated exactly the same. Then it's like, a worldly person meets a church person, and the church people are supposed to be God's representation of what He's like. And I told him, simply put, what if a worldly person meets you and they're expecting you to represent God, but you're judgmental, you're evil, you're cruel, and you're ignorant, you're cold-hearted, and you look down on them? Why do you think they're going to want to follow God, especially if they never seen God or heard God? They don't even know if God even exists. But the Christian church is supposed to represent God. And you meet Christians and all they do is judge you, criticize you, mock you, all that stuff. You're not going to want to follow Him if that's the way He's represented, because you're going to think that's how He really is. But I'm just saying, you wonder why people don't come to church, because no one in church really practices what they preach. It's how they say, rare, few, and far in between if someone does. Meaning, it's like this big of a percentage of people that actually practice what they preach. And I'm just saying, y'all church people keep saying y'all want people to come to church. How about y'all start practicing what you preach and stop being so judgmental and godly, and see what that does for you? Actually do things the way Jesus said you're supposed to do it. Love your neighbor, care about them, understand them, and be there for them and forgive them for whatever they do wrong. It's not easy, but there's a process to get to that point. I'm out.